Hello, good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final of the fourth-found Smart Mobility Challenge. We are here today for the presentation of the final projects in which we have chosen 16. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Adela Valero, and I am the Vice Chancellor of Employment and Training Programs of the University of Valencia. And today, our jury for the contest final is composed by Deborah Chenels, is from Ford Motor Company Fund Manager from Ford of Europe, by Lola Garzón Benítez, is Associate Professor of the Economic Faculty of the University of Valencia, by Javier Gibelo Rael, is a Smart Mobility Specialist in Ford Mobility, by Eva Mocholi, Internal and Corporate Communication in Ford Motors Company, and by Marta Girona, is from the Technical Staff of the University of Valencia. Together with me here around the table are Lola Garzón and Marta Yacer, and the Ford representation and students are connected online as a consequence of sanitary situation caused by the COVID. First of all, let me thank the Ford Fund for the organization of this program with the University of Valencia. It's for me a great honor to give to all of members of jury and students my welcome to the Smart Mobility Challenge. This was the topic that Ford Fund asked to launch the contest in our university. With this in mind, we addressed our students, inviting them to use their imagination to generate ideas that would help our society making our cities more sustainable and smart places. During this last year, teams have worked hard, and they have been trained to present their projects. 32 students have participated in this contest, 10 women and 22 men, from 5 different fields of knowledge, and 18 have reached the final. This program has been possible thanks to the collaboration established by the University of Valencia and Ford Fund, a non-profit corporate foundation with whom we share the goal of improving people's lives. Now, I would like to give the floor to Mrs. Debbie Channels, is from Ford Fund Manager in Europe. Please, Debbie.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. I'm absolutely delighted to be here with you today. Hopefully, at some point, I might get to meet you in person. As the Vice-Chancellor kindly mentioned, my name is Debbie Channels, and I work for the Ford Motor Company Fund, which is the charitable arm of Ford. And so we really want to help make people's lives better and help to strengthen communities. The Ford Fund Smart Mobility Challenge is one of our signature programs, and we're absolutely delighted to be running it with the University of Valencia. And I want to sincerely thank the Vice-Chancellor, Marta and Lola, for all their hard work in helping us run this program. But I also want to thank all the students. Thanks to each and every one of you for taking part in this challenge, for working so well together in teams to come up with innovative proposals, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic, which has forced us all to work virtually, which I appreciate, makes things a little bit more challenging. So as you know, we asked you if you had a good idea around a sustainable urban mobility solution that would help the community. And I'm extremely excited to see your presentations today, as are my colleagues, Javier from the Ford Mobility team and Eva from the Ford Communications team. And on behalf of Eva, Javier and myself, I want to thank you all for your hard work. Thank you all for being so passionate about putting together these proposals. And congratulations to each and every one of you. I wish you the very best of luck today. Please relax, just share your ideas with us, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. So thank you very much again on behalf of us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we can start the presentation. Please, Marta.
Can you give me the
the turn for the team F local. Okay, Vicente Torrejón Ricard and Rafael Rodríguez Gago.
Good morning, everyone. You all can see the slide, right?
Yes, we can
see it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So well, we are Rafa and Vicente, and we are the Youth Locker group. And now we're going to do the presentation about our company. Okay. Let's start. Okay. On weekend, usually meet my friends for breakfast 5 months ago. We're going to the city center, but one of them, who always takes his electric scooter, he was uncomfortable for the fact he was carrying his scooter all the time. And this caused his serious problem in their social life. In addition, we can find other problems like you can see in the slide, producing even high costs for the user about the scooter or bicycles, for example. We realized that the storage and the charging of individual electric vehicles is very important. As engineers, we want to contribute something to improve the control that we have over it. We are Rafa Gago and Vicente Torrejón, and after months of work, we bring the solution of these problems. F-Locker, smart lockers, converting something as simple as a locker in a technological product that adapts to our needs. We can see now we can see the prototype in the slide. Its characteristics and value proposal is what we are based to solve this problem. This product was designed by 2 engineering students with the collaboration of different professionals, seeking the integration of our knowledge to respond to the needs of the people in the most efficient way. A space that adapts to the people where can storage and charge or small electric vehicles made of recycled materials and with the necessary standards to meet the best quality for our company, and permanently connected to the user since the control application. How you all can see in the slides. The best way to understand our product is to compare it with our main competitors, Chairs and Solum, as their products can only charge and store, but we can offer a big data in the cloud, clean energy, security and safety, and artificial intelligence connected with our big data offer. In terms of the market size in Spain, there are more than 23,000 supermarkets, and Spain has more than 1,000 public space for the personal mobility vehicles. The personal mobility vehicles market has grown exponentially over the years, reaching more than 1 million vehicles in Spain in 2019. At the same time, Spain has more than 60 cities with more than 100,000 inhabitants, where the rise of the personal mobility and the increase of the zero-emission zones have increased greatly. After a market study based on more than 50 interviews of more than 100 people, we have identified the following market segmentation: shopping centers, public entities, and individual electric user. The first of 2, shopping centers and public entities, are our clients, and the third, individual electric user, are our customers and clients. The shopping centers are our early adopters, which we attract the user of these personal mobility vehicles. The vast majority of the population between 18 and 25 years will be user of the electric vehicles. In addition, we will be able to reduce the use of the car transport and encourage the use of these clean energy vehicles. Now, in this slide, we can see our business model of the company. In the first stage of the operation of the business model, we will offer shopping centers and monthly rental, including application service and maintenance. That is the reason they are our early adopters. And in the second stage of the business model, we will work together with public administration to offer people for a monthly subscription. Our key partnership. Our key alliance for the commercialization of the product, with which we have already established size commercial contact, are Carrefour, El Corte Inglés, Mercadona, and Consum. we're interested in this surface to reach our target public and generate a brand image. In relation to the financial data, the company will need an initial investment of the 60,000 euros, which we will use for finance, intellectual protection, material, merchandise, and a prototype development. First of all, we will discuss the evolution of the sales, which will be distributed over our three main products: log rental, maintenance, and data information. The first year, we will reach 500 units between the three products. Until the third year, 1,200 units. Here, in the third year, we will reach the maximum evolution of the sales. The gross profit in line with the sales, we will reach 264,000 earnings, reaching 500,000 euros in the third year. Here we have our roadmap. To put us in the temporal context, this will start 2 months after the competition of the Ford Smart Mobility Contest. We will take 6 months to finalize the prototype and look for more team for our company, as well as seeking funding. After those 7 months, the idea is to enter in an accelerator business company, like Lanzadera, for example. Finish the review of the prototype and meet all the certifications for the European Union. And to finish, the 11th month, start with the first sales. Nowadays, the team currently consists of us, Rafael Gago, and my partner, Vicente Torrejón. Our idea is to complete the team with a computer engineer, a technician, 2 salesmen, and one of them specialized in marketing. And finally, we would like to show you all some transcripts of the feedback obtained in our interviews, thanks to which, together with the main objective of this project and of us and this company, improving people's quality of life and promoting the use of clean energy and clean vehicles, they have brought us this fair. Thank you all very much. Thank you for listening. And if you have any question, we will be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I would like the commission members to ask questions, please.
Yes, I mean, well, first of all, thank you so much for the presentation, Vicente and Rafael. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can listen to you.
Well, I have one question actually, because I read your project and there you talk also about offering these lockers to the cities. Are you thinking as well about that, or did you discard the idea? I mean, because I saw that your initial partners would be the supermarkets. I mean, do you plan to have like an expansion plan for that?
Yeah, okay. Our early adopters are the private companies like Carrefour, El Corte Inglés, to use our lockers, our products. And in the second stage, the reason is we know that the bureaucratic time for the public administration is so long, and we don't want to lose the time with that. So the first step is with the private companies, and the second stage is the public administration. Work together with them to offer the service.
Okay, and will you offer the lockers as a product? I mean, you sell the whole package, or you will have like a renting service for them? I mean, who will get the money? The supermarket, or you will just rent the space and then you rent the locker?
For the private companies like the supermarkets, we can do it a listening. Why? The reason is that the supermarkets don't lose that value of the locker because it's a listening, and the service to earning the money is the length of the locker, the maintenance, the offer of the big data information, that kind of things.
Okay. Well, thank you. Those would be my questions.
Thank you.
I just had a quick question about the actual prototype. So looking at the image, it's got solar panels across the top. Is that correct? Could you just tell us a bit about the actual locker itself? Because it seems to have a lot of functionality from what I could understand.
Here. Okay, the lockers works with a app control. And I don't know if you use the Amazon lockers to take some product. So it's the same. You take your lock, your space. You can take you can have a scooter or a bicycle. So the app sends you a space. You open the door and you can storage the scooter and the bicycle. Say yeah, the scooter and the bicycle, and charge well, shares the scooter and the bicycle, of course.
Okay.
I don't know if I explained it good.
Yeah, you did. That's fine. Just wanted to check.
Thank you.
You have a screen in the locker to control it. If you don't have to, don't want to use your phone.
Ah, okay.
I have a question also. Sorry. Hi.
No, go, Eva, go.
Okay. Okay, you said that your partnerships will be companies, but normally this kind of companies and supermarkets are not in the center. I mean, I think maybe if the mission of your company is to improve that people or young people moves around the city and don't break this stuff with them, I think that maybe the parkings of the supermarkets won't be the best solution for that. I mean, I think it's one of the that the lockers will be in places where the people could go easily. For example, what happens if Carrefour is closed? How are they going to access to the parking?
Yeah, it's a good question. And for example, if you think in Mercadona is in the city center, for example, in not to all, but in some Mercadona have a small hall, and you can take the lockers there. And okay, our mission, for example, is the use and improve the use of the electric vehicles and that kind of electric vehicles. For example, in Valencia, you have the bicycle way and that kind of things, and you can go to the Corte Inglés and Carrefour to buy your shop.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. We will go in that question. Thank you.
I have another one. It is the last one, guys. Don't worry.
No problem.
In case you win the 12,500 euros or the 5,000 euros, what are your short-term plans for the money? Because I see that, of course, this needs I wouldn't say big, but it needs a bigger investment. Okay, you said like 60,000 euros. But with that money, what are your short-term plans to find? Would you use that to find new funds, to find the early adopters? I mean, I don't know if you have a plan.
Yeah, okay. Well, we need a big investment, but the first step and our plans in our roadmap is, for example, have a 3D prototype, but where the clients and the user can see the work, how it works, and we think we want entering a accelerator business company, because we think it's the only solution to earn more money to development the prototype. For example, in our roadmap, we see that you have to invest more money, of course, in some company in development. The prototype development, because we offer a service, but we design our own. The design is own by own. and looking new thing, of course, to present the company and the idea.
Thank you, Vicente. Thank you, Rafael.
You're welcome.
Thank you to all.
Thank you very much
Else?
for the presentation.
Anybody else have any other question, please? No? Okay, well, the next team can start the presentation. The team 2, please.
Now is the turn of the team 2, Commute Plus, with Alejandro García Oviedo and Blanca García Oviedo, who will present the proposal.
So we are Commute Plus, and I'm afraid I'm going to keep the presentation as simple, as fast as I can, because I don't want to use too much of your time. But in case you have any doubts, you can ask me at the end or request the PDF of the business plan via email or whatever. So business plan, Commute Plus is a company that operates in 2 markets. The first one is the advertising market, the out-of-home advertising, and the other one is the PLEV or VMP, depending on if you use English or Spanish. It would be sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Okay, so it would be a VMP, which is a vehículo de movilidad personal, or light electric vehicle. And how do we work? We have the so-called SCF, which is a scooter charging facility. It's similar to the project of EV Loca, but we differentiate in that our product is completely free of charge, and we only get revenues for the advertisement we run on the back of our facilities. So I'm going to explain after how this works and who benefits exactly. And also we will go on how the grant will be used, so you can have an easy idea on one of these things. So first of all, the roadmap, and then the user benefits. So the roadmap is really simple. First of all, the money would go to the prototype, because both my sister and I, we both can do the web and app platform. We have no trouble in that, but we need the financing for the SCF costs, because we cannot tackle that. Moreover, once we install those SVCs, those facilities, we have already talked with Adif, for example, which is who runs the central station of Valencia. We have also talked with the University of Valencia to have some contacts already done. And why do we start at first with private companies? Because it is easier and faster. We will also, once we start, we will gladly talk with Ayuntamiento de Valencia, but we find it easier and faster to just start with private entities. Also, once our first SVCs are installed and the web and app is running, we will obviously use metrics and KPIs to assess whether it's working efficiently or not. Also surveys. But as said, this is quite better explained in the business plan PDF that I hope you already have received. On to who does benefits, or who does this project benefits. We find it quite clear. First of all, local industry, because as a startup, we want to work with Valencian companies. For example, for the electric systems, we can contact Power Electronics, which is an international Valencian company, also advertisers, and who really benefits from this idea is the society, as we get less noise pollution and really clean energy, as we run with photovoltaic solar panels, and also the electric scooter users, because they have to use less time and they can profit from our facilities really easily. So yeah, this has been all the presentation. If you have any doubts, I will surely and gladly answer you. Also, you can contact both my sister or I in any moment. And I'm sorry that my sister could not attend. It was planned for her to attend. And if you want to meet her or whatever, you can contact her or also via her phone. I will surely provide it.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Alex. I just have a question about the actual charging and storing prototype, because I saw the presentation that was sent ahead of today. So is this similar to the EV locker concept, or is this something that's portable? I couldn't work out how big this this charging and storing prototype was.
Yeah, have you received or had a look to the business plan?
Yes, I've had a look. I've seen the design.
Yeah. So it's basically smaller than the EV locker, for example, and yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but yeah, I don't really have to explain because I couldn't really listen to the presentation before.
Okay. No problem, thank you.
Okay, Alex, sorry. I have another question here. Okay, you said that you will lend this equipment to, I guess, to the thieves, okay? And then you will get the money from the advertisement you will put in the equipment, right?
Yeah. If you want, I can show you a prototype, a 3D version of the facility. Just give me 1 sec. I have to change to
Okay. There's another question to Alex? No. Okay. So the next team is the number 3, Motion Park, with Carles Vera Gomez and Alejandro Ramos Romero. When you want.
So good morning, I'm Carles Vera. I'm the director of Motion Parks. I've been given a few minutes to explain what is it, so I will focus in 4 points. First of all, what is Motion Parks? Second of all, why is it good? First place, why now is the right moment to make it? And last but not least, why we are the right people to make it happen. So let me go straight to the point. To explain what is Motion Parks, we need to have a quick look into the special and mysterious relationship between parkour and playground designs. The key to get to Motion Parks, this is an image of our prototype, is to mix the idea of a radical interpretation of urban space, so familiar in the parkour world, and the principles of safety, social inclusion, and community building. As a result, Motion Parks is born as a design company that focuses in creating spaces to bring people opportunities for movement, for meeting each other and sharing experiences, for all ages, for everyone. To get to this concept, we have analyzed 2 main problems. The most general one will be related to how we conceive cities nowadays and from the past decades, and also the modern lifestyle. It happens that the statistics of sedentarism and overweight, here's a quick look in Spain divided by different population groups, is growing. The data is concerning, and we need a shift. We need a change. We need to create more alternatives for an active leisure and promoting a healthy lifestyle. Moreover, when we think on the playgrounds, which are the proper spaces designed for playing, to discover, to grow, we find this kind of structures that suffer from a lack of innovation, a lack of attention to the community needs and the diversity. What you can see here in the screen are pictures taken in Valencia from different parks. So the thing is, how can we address this situation from motion parks? How can our designs be a solution? We design from 5 core values. First thing is co-design. Our methodology is citizen participation. We focus in every design working separately in the specific needs of a community. So we don't have like a catalog where we just build the same again and again and again. I think that is happening in the playground industry all the time. Second of all, we focus in innovation. That for us is no other thing than commitment to improve people's lives. You can see in the small picture a fragment of the Sustainable Development Goals. The main one for us will be the 11th, which is sustainable cities and communities. Next is social inclusion. For us, is that diversity matters. We will work with different entities, like as in down, as we will see in a minute, to develop specific methodologies to apply maybe symbols, maybe different aspects to make our designs more accessible and inclusive for different publics. Next is sustainability. We're talking about recycled materials and sustainable raw materials, as parks normally are made for wood and even concrete and other metals. Next and least, the last is the community building. When we are thinking of designing spaces, we want intergenerational connections. We don't want parks like for 5 to 8 years. We want spaces where we can find each other, where we can share experiences. And here's an example. How do we do this? We mix playground equipment, small walls, benches, bars. So here's some space to explore, to play. Here, a small kid can play, just discovering, navigating the obstacles, but you can find an adult doing like pull-ups or balancing on the small bars, or just sitting and take a lunch, or just playing with the kids instead of just sitting in front of them without any interaction. We want families, youngsters, kids, and elder people finding themselves in the same place and sharing. That for us is the key to a citizenship and bringing social cohesion. Here's a quick example, view from above of the prototype. We play with textures, with colors, with materials, but also we wanted to add some kind of symbols that will apply with people to autism. These are called pictograms that will suggest ways, pathways, ways to move, so it can facilitate the use of a singular installation like this without killing the creativity. Anyway, this is just an idea, and we're already working with Mira and As in Down to develop these ideas and see what can fit best. Let's have a quick look to the numbers. What is this business model about? We will focus on design and consultory to city councils and other businesses. So this is a full B2B model. We will work on innovative playground designs and offering solutions for inclusive spaces, always working on the ground, on the specific, and in touch with the communities. The basic pricing for a basic design will be around 5,000 euros. The key here is the structure cost is quite low, quite flexible, as we're working with the know-how. For us, the challenge is constant innovation and staying ahead of the market. Second place, we find consultancy. We're talking about environmental and social study, focusing on local community needs, as already said, best location and best materials, taking account the geography, weather, etc. The pricing will be, again, approximately 750 euros. Let's have a look to the market. I try to be clear on this point. The playground industry, it's already mature, it's widely developed. Here you have some numbers about the main cities in Spain. But the thing is, the trend is we think it's in favor to companies like us to introduce new designs that could be ahead of the market, because we're seeing new, even sport equipments like calisthenic installations, also parkour parks. They are not our target, but for us, they're a symptom that the trend is changing. It's going to innovation and other kind of installations, other equipments, for young people, but also for having different cities, a different model of city. If we're awarded, like the first prize, we'll work on 4 full project designs. We have now a prototype. It has to be certified, developed according to the normative. We'll come with an architect with this. For this, we will sign and partner up with different businesses, so we can have like private distributors. And of course, we will work on the marketing and website positioning at a national range. If we are awarded the second or third prize, like 5,000 euros, we'll work on full development of one single design, which is the one we already have, and we will focus on working in Valencia, starting small but steady. So we will grow in the future. So the same thing will happen. The only difference is a matter of time. Here's a roadmap for the first 2 years. So this is more or less what we expect to do: getting an architect, starting the first partnerships, and validate the work, the designs, and start to work. You can see on the bottom the revenue expected for the first and second year. Depends on the size of the projects, but we think this is a realistic prediction, and we can make it happen. I'm heading to the last part of the presentation and the why us. Let's talk about the team. I am Carles Vera, and we have like mentor, which is Sergio Pascual, and then is the other partner, which is Alejandro Ramos. We, the founders, had 2 things in common. The first thing is like we all 3, when we started university, we had one idea in mind. And that's clearly like maybe dreaming to change the world from our perspectives. So in our designs, we're mixing the idea of political sciences. The branch for the participation is the one I come from. Then is psychology, the Sergio's specialty, and Alejandro Ramos is currently studying environmental sciences. So with this idea, plus the idea of parkour, this is how we're heading to change the idea of playgrounds and offering something new. We all 3, the second thing we have in common is we all are expert practitioners of parkour. We have been jumping around Valencia for the past 10 years. And I wanted to show you a bit what is it. It is known as a dangerous discipline, but for us, it's navigating obstacles, overcoming all kinds of challenges, more mental sometimes than physical. And after many years of practice, we got to a conclusion. This could be taught. Something really special could be given through the teaching of movement. Why? Because parkour had a really special relationship with the environment. This is why we thought, let's try to design something different, some spaces that are ready to invite people to move. This will be our idea, and with this thing in mind, this is why I started Motion Parks, and that's why we're here today. That's all. Thank you very much.
Do you have any question to Carles or to Alejandro?
Well, first of all, thank you, Alejandro, and all your team. I mean, I think you have done a very good job. I have one question, because this is the first time I hear something like this. I don't know if you have studied the competition. Is there any other company or institution which designs this kind of parks? Or, because to be honest, I've never seen a parkour. I mean, I've seen some exercising parks in some cities, you know, for old people, so they can exercise, but I've never seen a parkour one. Do you know if there are any other companies or people who design these kind of things?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question. The truth is that we are not focusing on the parkour park concept. This already exists. We think it's full of flaws and it needs to improve. But our idea is to enter with the parkour concept to the regular playground industry. So that already exists. Yes, it exists in Germany and Denmark. We are just learning from them, trying to apply it here in Spain our own concepts and ideas. But in Spain, we didn't find anything like this. So yeah, there are parkour parks that they are not the same, not with the same perspective. I don't know if that answers more or less the question.
Yes, that answers the question. Thank you, Alejandro.
Thank you.
I have a question also. Alejandro, you said that you are a B2B company. And that means that your client will be other companies that are selling parks, or okay, then your intention is don't go to a public context, because I mean, you know that for install a park in the city, you should go to a public content, and also has a big muscle, a big financial muscle for go to this kind of content.
That's right.
Yeah. How are you going to afford this?
Yeah, we've been thinking about this aspect, and our main solution is we are going just focus on the design, on the know-how part. We are not building the parks. We are selling designs. That's why we focus both in city councils that may offer that design, another company will build it, and also to other private companies that will like compete between them, but we will be like the best designer in the market. That's the idea. So our plan is really to make a shift in the market, and the plan will be next to have everybody wanting our designs or just copying us.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions? Okay, so thank you very much, Carles and Alejandro. And the following is the team number 4, My Way, with Adrià Guado Lorente, Alejandro José Domínguez Fuster, Ángel Troncoso Gil, Vicente Verdeguer Chiribella, and Alex Segarra Pérez.
So, good morning, everybody. I'm Adrià Guado, and this is My Way, the app that will allow you to be one click away from all your mobility. When it comes to mobility and moving around cities, we all have some funny and not funny stories when something didn't go as planned. In my case, I was so focused in my last semester exam that I completely forgot to take the metro card. So I had to come back home, look for it, and come back to the station again. The result, I arrived 30 minutes late to the exam, and although I begged and begged my teacher to let me in, I had to take the exam in July again. Bearing this terrible experience in mind, me and my colleagues realized that Valencia's urban transport network had 3 main problems. First, public transport is relying too much on traditional ticketing methods that have proved to be inefficient, as you can see in my example. Second, as Valencian citizens, we realized the annoying number of apps that we had to install to have all the mobility options in our mobiles. And third, and most important, we saw that most people still prefer the use of private cars, which have been proven to be much more pollutant than public transport or other micromobility options. Regarding these huge problems, we came up with My Way, an effective solution to make sustainable transportation the best option in Valencia. And ask yourselves, how? Very simple. First, in collaboration with the public administration and public transport firms, we will provide our users with a unique digital card available in all the public transportation methods and in every smartphone. Moreover, in the line of the mobility as a service concept, we will allow our users to make, pay, and plan all their trips in Valencia, offering them all the mobility options in the city: public transport, e-sharing, scooters, mopeds, electric bikes. Finally, in order to immerse our users in the transition to come in mobility terms, we will provide our users with an interactive game-like reward system that will proportionally reward them as they use more and more sustainable options. Thus, what will be the real advantages of My Way? First, our users will spend far less time in planning their trips. Second, they will benefit from an effective digital transformation of transport. Third, they will profit from exclusive offers and discounts as they do more and more trips in My Way. And last and most important, our users will be able to effectively reduce the CO2 emissions by using more sustainable mobility options. Considering My Way key advantages, who will be directly benefited from its implementation? First of all, My Way users, as they will have access to all the mobility options in Valencia in their smartphones. Second, population in general, but elderly especially, because My Way's sustainability proposal will immensely improve air quality in Valencia. And finally, pedestrians, as car traffic and all its negative aspects will be highly reduced, space to walk through, accidents, and etc. One of the most important points of My Way is its high scalability, both nationally and internationally. For this reason, in the first years, we plan to create an effective expansion plan that will take My Way to such important cities as Barcelona, Madrid, Sevilla, and Zaragoza. This way, we won't only improve the transportation in Valencia, but in many other big cities. With all our value proposition and the people that we're better off with them, how will we translate this into an effective business model? In 2 easy steps. First of all, we will allow our users to use all the mobility options in Valencia with a unique digital card and exclusive discounts, and they will pay their trips in our app in return. Then, once we receive their payments, we will transfer around 97 or 98% of the amount of the trips to the collaborating firms, charging them with a 2 or 3% commission for each trip done in our app, in exchange of first, the promotion, and second, the increase of users that we will provide to them. Although our main goal is to have a positive social and environmental impact, making my way profitable will be essential to ensure the viability of the project. In this line, we would use the Challenges Prize funds for 2 main purposes. First of all, designing and developing a professional app and web in order to make my way real and start working on our beta prototype. And second, launching an effective marketing campaign with social media, Instagram ads, influencer collaborations that will allow us to reach as much people in Valencia to make them know about my way. With these funds, we will be able to start our business and therefore start generating our own revenues to ensure my way's economic viability. Our main revenue source will be the small commissions we will charge to the collaborating firms in exchange of our services, that will be around 2 or 3% per trip. On the other hand, we will have 2 secondary revenue sources: the collection and sale of useful data that will be stored in our application, like most frequent trips, type of trips according to the transportation method used, etc. And second, the display of a small banner and image ads that will let our users keep on using my way and promote collaborating firms at the same time. Taking into account all the information about my way presented, why should fund trust us? First of all, because as more users get engaged with my way, cities will become greener, healthier, and less noisy. Greener, because public transport and micromobility options are far way less pollutant. Healthier, because air quality and road safety will be boosted. And less noisy, because electric and public mobility acoustic impact is much lower. This way, we will put Valencia in the map as a global referent in sustainable mobility trends. Secondly, my way's foster for public transport and micromobility options will make cities much more citizen-adapted than can-oriented, raising life quality in general and mobility quality specifically. Last but not least, in a few months, we have been able to create an incredible network full of mobility experts. On one hand, we contacted some private firms representatives, as José Luis Bau, CEO and founder in Smart Ride, and Jaime Rodriguez, Free Now Spain General Director. On the other hand, we contacted several public transport personalities, such as Gregorio Aro, Public Transport Committee President at ITS, Manuel López, Data Technology and Marketing Director in MT, and Vicente Buendia, Technological Solutions Director in MT. All of them transmitting us the courage and the passion to keep on working in the project, and the willingness to be updated about my way's evolution, as they firmly believe in our project's possibilities. In the light of the obvious advantages that our project will have for both citizens and firms, which are the next steps to bring my way into reality? Starting today, we are really happy to publicly present my way in front of you. In the following months, we will focus on the app and web development in order to be able to have a first beta trial in June 2022 that enables us to test my way's first impressions of our users. Thanks to the results and conclusions we expect to extract from this beta trial, we estimate that we will be able to release a fully equipped version of my way app by the beginning of 2023. In this year, we will dedicate ourselves to solve any problems that may arise and analyze the trends of the first months of activity. Finally, in 2024, if things go as expected, we will start our expansion plan in Barcelona to create my way intercity connection that will include both urban and intercity trips in our apps. As I have just mentioned, we wanted to take the opportunity to present my way in this challenge. For this reason, after several weeks of hard work, we are immensely proud to present you our current my way prototype to show you how we want my way to look like. In case you want to try yourself in your smartphones or in your laptops, scan the QR code in the screen or click on the link that my colleague Angel will share you in the chat. And log in with the user my way and the password my way, all in lowercase. For those who are not able to see it in your mobile phones or in your laptops, this is how my way will look like. A huge portal enabling all our users to have all the mobility options in their phones. We could go for public transportation card, where it was all joined in the same card. We could rent an Acciona bike, as you can see, or any other type of scooter, for example, Voy, that is a scooter frame. Moreover, we have included a rewards section in which we will have public transport rewards, scooter rewards, quiz rewards, and special day rewards that we will be including next. Moreover, if you want to buy a ticket or you want to recharge your ticket because you don't have any trips left, you just have to tap the word trip, click on search, and you will have all the trips available: single trips, 10 trips cards, monthly cards, and special cards that we will create, such as the Go Green card, which will be fully electric. And do we want to have smart mobility options? Do we want to live in smart cities? Okay, let's do something smart then. Let's use My Way, the smart move. This is all. In case you have any doubts or any about the project, just feel free to ask any of our team members.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. And do you have any question to Adrià or somebody else?
Yes, I have it. Hello, congratulations for the presentation. I have a question regarding the app. With the app, you will have a ticket that you can use in all the apps that in this moment is giving mobility solutions. But is the app suggesting you how is the best way to arrive, for example, to your exam and at what time?
Yes, of course. I think I have understood your question. We are planning to, or ideas to include a routing algorithm that includes the best route according to time, CO2 emissions, and preferences of transport means. So it will be totally adapted to the customer needs or customer preferences.
Well done. Okay.
Any other question?
Okay, so
sorry, I just had one other quick question, if that's okay. I noticed that obviously you've been in contact with a lot of companies. Have you had any companies say that you can put their card on your app? Have you had anybody say that they would be willing to be part of it?
Yeah, during this few months, we have been in contact with several firms, on the private side and the public side. We had the best feedback from public transportation firms that told us that although there's a big process that we have to go through to have any public transportation concession, they were willing to know about our project and the possibility of future collaborations. And in the case of private firms, we also had some useful meetings in which they told us that the project was quite raw for the moment, but in the case that we managed to develop it and to bring to reality, they would be interested in continuing our.
Excellent. Thank you for the answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you, Adrià. I guess there are no questions. So we are going to continue with the number 5, Safety O'Clock, with Miriam Caballero Cerveró and Alejandro Mengual Sánchez.
Okay, so I want to start this presentation by putting you in situation, because here there are some pieces of news of traffic accidents that have happened in the past years. Unfortunately. So, for instance, I would like to highlight this one in the center that was that a bus driver was located by the civil ward, and he was driving the bus transporting 23 children between the ages of 3 and 12 years old in Orense, and he tested positive in cocaine. And maybe I would like also to talk about this another one on the top right, that was a bus driver again that drive under the influence of alcohol and caused many deaths. So to tell that this is very important, we have many numbers, and For example, in Spain in 2019, they were registered over 100,000 traffic accidents and affecting more than 100,000 individuals. Furthermore, in Europe, in this year, happened 200,000 deaths, and of these traffic accidents, the 30% of them were produced during working hours due to alcohol consumption and drug of abuse consumption. So, of this 30%, what cost do it entail for the companies? Here we have a graph that shows us that they have to pay 33,000 euros per traffic accident and vehicle due to the vehicle repairs. And also they have to pay 5,000 euros due to the indemnities and sick leaves of the employees, and finally they have to pay 33,000 euros because of the damage on lost cargo. So our company that we have called Safety O'Clock aims to solve these problems, and how we will manage to do it. So here we have the main problems that we aim to solve, like we want to reduce and eradicate this 30% of accidents which occur at work. And firstly, we aim to reduce the amount of vehicle repairs that companies have to pay. And also, our second target is to save lives and reduce the amount of injuries and sick leaves that happen in a year. We also want that the companies, the money that companies invest on product losses and lost cargo will be saved and not invest in that things. And finally, we want to optimize and increase the profits that companies invest in their employees, because in this way they can control better their employees and they will manage to save money. So how our application works. So the first step is to enter in the application. The second step will be to take the corresponding test that will be a breathalyzer. You have to blow into it, and this device will tell you the amount of alcohol that you have consumed. And we also want to make it like when randomized tests of drugs in certain points of the week, and they will take this drug test, but not as periodically as with alcohol, in order to reduce the amount of money that they invest in this test. The third step will be to wait for the results that will be connected to the breathalyzer will be connected to the mobile phone, and these results will be sent via Bluetooth to the mobile phone. And the fourth step is and the mobile phone will tell you that you can use the vehicle. And how this mobile phone is connected to the car. So this system works like a relay. It's a relay that will send will be connected via Bluetooth also, and the mobile phone will be connected to this relay, and it will turn on the vehicle engine when it says that you can drive, because you have passed the alcohol test and the drug test. In case of that day, you have to take it. So this is our prototype, and you have to sign in first of all, put your name, and you have to choose which is your vehicle, and the application will tell you that you have to blow, and it will get access to it. And once you have blown and the test in this case is positive, is negative, sorry, the application will grant you the access. And as you can see, you can access to if you want to add a new vehicle, so your record, report a failure, or maybe go to settings and manage and do something with the application. And here we have two possibilities that you can see your record, as I have told you, and you will see the times that you have got access to the application because the test was negative. And also we have here, for example, a case that the access was denied. So it will be recorded in the application. And also you can register another vehicle by taking a photo of the new vehicle. So we have also thought about additional features like remote authorization if you don't have access to a certain vehicle and another person has to get you access to it, and also the periodic repetition of the test, like when you are driving, like you have to stop for in 2 hours or something, you have to take again the test because maybe you have drink a beer or something, so you have to take again the test. And you also have the possibility of an emergency power button that we have thought that it will be in a certain place, obviously not known by the employees, and is in case that you couldn't get access to the application via your mobile phone because something has happened. So it's like a key that you have in case of a rare thing. So here is our deal, and that works in one way. And we will sell our smart card safety kit and the update and maintenance insurance to public transportation and companies that use work vehicles, and we will get back 100 euros per month and vehicle because of our service and product. So we have calculated our TAM in Spain, that is this number, and also in Europe approximately. So also we have made some validations with ALSA and Abria España that works with trucks and cranes, and also we have contacted Eurolines and all these companies that are here. So we have made the validations. So our partners could be Ford, because we need a company that dock the device into the vehicle, into the engine vehicle, the relay, and also we need a mobile application development that we have chosen Vanadis, and also we need a company that sell us the breathalyzers and also the drug test kit. So here we have our development roadmap, and as I have told you, we have we have already made the validation in February 2022. We will make our software development, and later on the app field test, and later on the matching the app with the breathalyzer and the drug test. Later on we will launch the app on Android and iOS, and also we are going to commercialize it on January 2023, and finally, we have to make the feedback between the users, and this will be at the last point. So this is our our future. We want to sell it to Spanish companies in 2023. We will jump to European companies in 2026, and finally in 2028 we want to sell it to global companies in all around the world. And what we will do with the budget? We are calculated some values here, and the values that are in blue are the money that is like if we would win the third and the second place, and the numbers in red are if we win the first prize. So our team is composed of myself, that I am a pharmacy student, and my dream is to run my own company, and I think that now I am a little bit closer of achieving it. And also my my colleague Alejandro Mengual Sanchez, that is a computer engineer student, and he dreams of being the best in his field, and I think he is already in that dream. So in summary, why do you have to choose our project? So we have made some conclusions and reasons why you have to choose it. And the first one is because of the need for a way of saving lives and reducing traffic accidents due to alcohol consumption and drugs of abuse consumption. Also, we want to reduce the economic losses and have a better control of employees that companies need. And finally, but not least, and the most important for us, is that we accomplish the Sustainable Development Goals number 3, number 9, and number 11. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And you have in our webpage all the presentation if you want to see it again. And I would like to dedicate this presentation to my grandmother that died because of COVID these past months, and she knew that we were enrolled in this project. And I think she will be very happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
Do you have any questions for the team, Miriam or Alejandro?
Go ahead, Javier.
Yes.
Yes, I have one question. I mean, very similar to the one I asked before, but are you taking a look at the competitors? Because I think there are some apps that they don't have a device, but they do some more or less a similar thing. So my question is, have you taken a look at the competitors and what makes you different from them?
Yes, we have looked at them, and I think the main difference with our company is that we may produce an application that gives the companies the possibility of controlling better their employees, and we in this application you will record all the tests that you take, and also we have seen like another possibilities, but only with a breathalyzer, not with the drug test that we aim to introduce also. So it's not the same because they only use the alcohol test, and we want to put together these two things.
Okay, thank you, Miriam.
Miriam, I have a question. Maybe you have checked it before, but do you think, is it legal this? I mean, you cannot tell your employees, we have in Valencia 7,000 employees. And we have unions in the company, and I think it's not legal to do this kind of test to the employees. Did you check it?
Yes, we have thought that maybe we could, like companies, could do it like a contract their employees will sign for it, and they will have to take it in because if don't take it, they won't couldn't work. So we have thought it like a contract that they have to sign, and if they don't comply or don't follow this, like if they don't take the breathalyzer and the drug test, or they take it by another person that blows into the breathalyzer, they will be punished because of that. And if they have a car accident, they will be the responsible of this accident.
Yeah, I love the idea, but thinking in, for example, we have already 7,000 people working, and we cannot tell them, if you don't do this, you cannot work, because it's a fundamental right. They have their privacy, and I think it's not possible to do that. For that reason, I asking you if you have checked with a legal, with a lawyer, is it possible to do it or not?
I have to be sincere, and we have not said with a lawyer that this is possible to it. But I think if you are in a work day and you are working in a company, it's not like you have to take it in your free hours. It's like you have to take it during work. So it's like you belong to the company in that hour, so you have to take it because you are working. So it's like a term of the company.
Yeah, I understand, but what happened if your colleague says, okay, I don't want to do it, or I think it's very difficult to implement it. I love the idea. I know that we can avoid a lot of accidents, but I'm not sure that you can break these kind of barriers, because are legal barriers. If not, all the transport companies like ALSA, for example, did you talk with ALSA? I think ALSA tried to do some of this, and they talk with the unions, and they try to do something, but it should be voluntary and also random. You cannot do it to the whole workers.
So maybe that's the key. Like we have to make it voluntarily and randomized. As I have said that we cannot take every day the test drug test, because it's very expensive, and also maybe it's not legal, as you have said. So maybe that's the answer.
Well, it's something that you have to check and investigate how you can do it, but for sure you will find a way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. There's any question, Miriam? Okay.
Yes.
So, and the last team is Netcare, with Pablo Miguel Argudo, Celia Fuentes Latorre, Marina Coloma Arenas, Alberto Castillo Moya y Clara Chisbert López.
Good afternoon. First of all, many thanks to the ForFound and the University of Valencia for allowing us to participate in a competition as interesting as this one. I am going to present an effective solution to a challenge that is increasingly present in our society: the care of the elderly and dependent people. A solution in the form of a mobile app that aims to facilitate this care and, above all, to keep them as close as possible to their loved ones and carers. To do so, we are going to start our presentation with a video that explains our corporate message very well.
When you were born, they were there. When you started walking, they were there. They were there when you had your first tumble, and the second, and the third. However, now they are the ones who need you more than ever. We know it is not easy. Work, everyday life, Living far away from them makes it difficult for us to take care of them as much as we would like to. That is why we have developed an app that will keep you much closer to them and make it easier for you to look after them. An app that will let you know where they are, if they have taken their medication, attended their medical appointments, their state of mind, and their physical condition. An app that will help you if they need you urgently. In short, an app that will take care of them, but also of you. Netcare. Their care. Your care.
Okay. Sorry. Here we are. Okay. Interesting, right? But this is just the beginning. During my presentation, we will convince you why it is important for our application to succeed with your help. Because we have the reasons to do so and the necessary tools to make it happen. The presentation I am about to give you is divided into three parts. First, we will present the three main challenges that our application will help to overcome. Secondly, we will present how we intend to contribute to overcoming these challenges. Last but not least, we want to make a brief projection of what our future perspectives are. The first thing we want to do before we talk about the challenges we want to address is to explain who we are and why these challenges matter to us. Our names, as you can see in the screen, are Clara, Alberto, Celia, and myself, Pablo. All of us are students of political science, a degree that has as one of its main objectives to analyze in a transversal way the challenges that affect society today. It is here that our group concluded that there was a major challenge facing our societies, the care of our elders, people who in one way or another have dedicated a large part of their lives to the care of all the people who are present here, and who today are the ones who need that same care. And we consider this to be a challenge for three main reasons. The first of these is the aging of the population. In Spain, the population over 60 years of age will increase from the current 20% in 2020 to 37% in 2050, an unprecedented growth. This cannot be seen as a problem, and often is it. The fact that our elders can enjoy a longer and healthier life should be a cause for a celebration. However, this presents us with the challenge of how to deal with the care of these older people. The second reason is the change in family and social habits that new times brings to our societies. Desired and deserved changes, such as the inclusion of the woman in the labor market. However, it has traditionally been women who have been in charge of caring for the elderly and dependent relatives, something that unfortunately is changing and to which a solution must be found. It cannot be that caring for our elderly is a barrier to the longed-for and deserved emancipation and empowerment of women. Finally, care for the elderly is also compromised by increasing geographical labor mobility. More and more people are having to move away from their former home, sometimes even to other countries. It is completely understandable that working people have less time and resources than they would like to be able to care for their elderly and dependent relatives as they deserve. So instead of criminalizing them, it is necessary to offer them tools that facilitate this care and attention. In this way, care for the elderly becomes an urgent challenge that must be addressed, because we cannot leave these people without their deserved care and attention, nor can we criminalize people for wanting to save their life project. It is necessary to seek a balance between these two issues, and this is where the application project that we are presenting to you now was born, Netcare. In this presentation, we would like to highlight three key features of this application. Firstly, it will undoubtedly be a user-friendly application for all the people. Thus, the application will have two interfaces, one for the elderly or dependent person, simplified and easy to use, and another for the carers or relatives, with more functionalities. To do this, first of all, we will develop the application with the help of associations of elderly and dependent people who will always test the beta versions we release in order to evaluate them and see where we can improve them. We will use a minimalist design, avoiding any unnecessary string content for these people. Secondly, our application will have some very interesting medical functionalities. For example, they will be able to register the medicines they are taking and when they have to take them, so that the application sends an alert when they have to take them, and they, by simply pressing a button on the alert, register that they have already taken them. They will be able also to register when they have a visit to the doctor or a specialist, as well as having an option to register on a daily basis their physical or mental state, a particularly interesting feature for people with ailments or chronic illnesses, who have to tell the doctor how they have been, which is sometimes difficult for them to remember. Last but not least, we wanted to highlight an equally important functionality. Family members will have access for the exact location of their elderly or dependent at all times. In addition, in the event of an emergency, the elderly will be able to send an alert at the touch of a button that is quick and easy to access. Even in the event of a possible fall, the mobile phone, by registering it through its gyroscope, will send an alert to the elderly or dependent person, asking if they are right. If that message is answered negatively or is not answered, an alert will be sent immediately to the family member to act quickly in case of an emergency. The innovation and probably the most important feature of this application is that it is not only for the use of elderly or dependent people, but can also be accessed by caregivers and relatives, so they can know whether their elderly or dependent relative is taking their pills or not, their upcoming medical appointments, and their daily status, as well as being able to act quickly in any emergency through geolocation, the emergency button, and the gyroscope in case of falls. What are the next steps to be taken to get the project underway? During these months, we have prepared a strategic and financial analysis, assessing the viability of the project in 3 different scenarios: one optimistic, one neutral, and one pessimistic. After confirming the feasibility of the project, the next step is to develop a prototype of the application with a team of developers with whom we have already established contact. The prize we win in this competition will go towards this task, as we estimate that designing the prototype of the application before we start developing it will cost us around 5,000 to 6,000 euros. The next step, once we have the application, is to develop and apply a marketing plan with which we can reach the objective we have set ourselves of achieving 25,000 families or group of users by the end of the first year of the application. We will also look for the possibility of signing certain agreements with residences, day centers, or public administrations to be able to implement our application in a large scale. Finally, as you can see in the presentation, throughout the first years of development, we will continue to hold focus groups and in-depth interviews with both elderly and dependent people and their families and carers to see what features of this app can be improved, which ones they like the most, and what others they will add. In conclusion, with our idea, we aim to help the care of thousands of elderly people, as well as keeping them in touch with their loved ones. Because caring of them is a challenge we face for all the reasons I have mentioned, a challenge we do not want to turn our backs on. I am convinced that most of us have someone in mind when we talk about older people who need our care in one way or another. Some are no longer with us, and others are still with us. And I am also completely convinced that for all those people and for those of us who love them, this application will make our lives much better. That is why today I am asking to you, members of the Universitat of Valencia and the Found, to take the next step with us. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you, Pablo.
Do you have any questions? Pablo, Alberto, Celia, or Clara? Javier?
Well, I have a question. I was wondering if you have thought about partnering with companies that offer smartphones for the old people, because I think one of the main pain points of this business model is how you are going to make the old people being able to use the smartphones, because some of them they don't know how to do it. So maybe I don't know, you have a solution for that, or a plan, or maybe partnering with, because I know there are companies which offer smartphones very easy to use for all people.
Yeah.
So, well, that would be the question.
Yeah, for this, although we have not yet developed the app, we are still prototyping it. We have carefully read, as others, the scientific article written by professors from the University of León and Salamanca, I think, on mobile apps for older users. In this interesting paper, they talk about the scientific literature on how to develop apps that are easy to use for older people. They deal with issues like font size, like how to navigate within the application in an easy way, colors for the people, animation speed. And yes, we know that this is the theoretical part, and the most important thing will come when we start to developing the app, when we apply this in practice. In this sense, what we consider the most important thing is to elaborate the prototype of the application and to develop the application with associations of elderly and dependent people, to do focus group, to do interviews in depth, so that they can be the first to test the beta versions and tell us where we could improve. In fact, we have already established some contacts with some associations in certain neighborhoods of Valencia, like mine, and they say to us that they will be very interested in collaborating with us in this sense. Thank you for your question. I hope that I answered correctly.
Yes, thank you for your answer, Paulo.
I've got a quick question as well. Have you considered approaching any care homes? Because in a care home situation where you have carers looking after quite a few elderly people, maybe you could pilot the app with them, so they could, they could test and check where people are using to say that they've had their medication and things. Maybe they'd be willing to pilot it with you in a care home.
Yeah. With caregivers, do you say?
With caregivers, or even in a care home, which is a home for the elderly, they might be willing to pilot it for you.
Yeah. We have already established contact with some caregivers of the associations that I think Benny Maclet or Benny. Yeah, I have in the paper. I could send you now, because we think the use of this app for elderly people who have a caregiver or who are in a care center on a daily basis also brings numerous benefits, because it makes it easier for the caregivers both to monitor the elderly person in all the issues we have discussed, medication, medical appointments, daily status, and to communicate all these issues to their family, because the family could access to the app and see issues.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question.
Any questions for Pablo? So, well, we have finished the presentation. So, Adela.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for everybody. Congratulations for all the team. The jury will now meet for deliberation. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. The University of Valencia for found on the Commission's proposals and according to Section 334 of the Code, has declared that the winners of the contest are the following three teams: Locker, My Way, Netcare.
Yeah, congratulations to the three teams. It was very difficult to choose between you all. The presentations today were really, really brilliant. So sincere thanks from all of us. I can see it was very obvious all the hard work that's gone into the project. So you're all sort of winners in our eyes. And obviously we had to pick three. So yes, congratulations to My Way, Locker and Netcare. And the overall winning team who'll get the additional grant money, we all decided that that would be My Way. So congratulations to that team. Javier and Eva, would you like to say anything? Congratulations.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations to all the teams. I know them from the very beginning. I also knew the ones who haven't arrived so far. But yeah, congratulations, especially to the winners, to the three of them. And well, what we wanted to comment to the three teams is that we will give the prizes presentially on the 30th of June. And we will keep you updated. We will tell you where and when through an email. So yes, take that into consideration, because we will meet in person to give you the prizes. Okay.
Congratulations for all the teams. Congratulations for the winners, and let's close the session.